Robert Jordan, the protagonist from Hemingway's For Whom the Bell Tolls, conveys these poignant and perceptive observations. How little we know of what there is to know. I wish that I were going to live a long time instead of going to die today, because I have learned much about life in these 4 days. More, I think, than in all other time. I'd like to be an old man to really know. I wonder if you keep on learning, or if there is a certain amount each man can understand. I thought I knew so many things that I know nothing of. I wish there was more time.
Patterns. Words are never enough. Mathematical in design, these patterns are hidden in plain sight. You just have to know where to look. From Tim Kring's 2012 television series called Touch. Are you familiar with the Fibonacci sequence? It is a sequence of numbers that appear everywhere in nature. The Italian mathematician Fibonacci discovered it. The Fibonacci sequence is a series of numbers determined using a simple formula. In that formula, the next number in that series is the sum of the two preceding ones. For example, 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, etc. Literally, the sequence is revealed by simple addition. 0 plus 1 equals 1. 1 plus 1 equals 2. 1 plus 2 equals 3. And 2 plus 3 equals 5, and so on. Microscopic entities, everyday objects, and gravitationally bound systems of stellar debris inexplicably replicate the spiral pattern found in the Fibonacci sequence. DNA strands, pine cones, sunflower blossoms, embryos, seashells, and spiral galaxies, to name a few, reflect this helix. May I point out that no scientific-based explanation can justify this mysterious wonder. The statistical probability of this precisely shaped spiral existing everywhere is remarkably low. Yet it exists everywhere. There appears to be an underlying girding behind all things big and small. Why do these patterns exist in such mathematical perfection and simplicity? Perhaps they are here to remind us that not all answers come in the tidy and predictable packages of scientific explanations, religious sermons, or philosophical discourses. In the words of the great scientist and philosopher Albert Einstein, "One thing I have learned in a long life, that all our science measured against reality is primitive and childlike, and yet it is the most precious thing we have." This can be said of wisdom traditions and philosophical notions as well. They are precious, yet limited. Said another way, words are never enough. The words and symbols of our diversely inventive human tongues are a limited construct and can only hint at the inherent magnificence of the cosmos. We have all heard that with each answer we get, there are only more questions. But have you ever thought about how many questions that is? Try this simple thought experiment. Let's say that each question begets dozens, hundreds, thousands, or even millions of new questions. If each answer spawns significant quantities of questions, the proportion of answers is ever and overwhelmingly outmatched by the endless proliferation of questions. Your mental investigation sheds light on how little we can ever actually know. Only the egocentric arrogance of the human mind would insist on being undeniably correct while holding this insight: Unseeable designs are not only pervasive in the sprawling star fields above and the infinitesimal tiny subatomic particles below, but also within the limitlessly profound universes existing inside each of us. These vast inner worlds can inform how to live better. Their subtle inward existence inspires us to seek more patterns, finding meaning, and aspire to purposeful living. Secret designs for each of us ardently yearn for their discovery. As infants compared to our ancient grandmother, the endless universe, human beings could be more intensely curious than fashionably bored. And we could be more joyfully open to possibilities, more passionate about pursuing understanding, and more immersed in hopeful anticipation rather than the self-absorbed yet stylish sulking and sarcasm of cynical pseudo-intellectuals. We tend to overlook patterns that could have a massive influence on how things turn out. Yet recognizing these invisible patterns can change the course of how life unfolds. As long as they remain hidden, we exist, asleep at the wheel of our lives. Exploring these patterns reveals fantastic options never before considered, opening new doors to exciting uncharted possibilities. This book explores the patterns that align with the overlapping yet distinct views of solid science-based research, wisdom traditions, and philosophical inquiry. Yet each precious yet limited source lends its unique and valuable perspective, and collectively they multiply the possibilities for our better understanding. These patterns remain highly relevant, potent, and practical. They are relevant to you because they reflect the best of who you are and who you may become, your true self. They are potent because when you begin to recognize something of yourself hidden in plain sight, it significantly changes everything. And they are practical because you can readily realize and practice them to transform your life in ways that remain authentic, meaningful, and deeply fulfilling.
Like Hemingway's character Robert Jordan, we all wish there was more time. Whatever time we possess cannot be known, but we can invest whatever we have left in awakening our best. This journey is fresh for each person who traverses its course. Each sojourn advances in a way that remains entirely personal and distinct for the individual. The insights found here are exclusively about helping you realize your own unique pattern, your singularity of being. This is about exploring your life's distinct road, a road less traveled. I hope this experience will help you discover the extraordinary highway and reveal new and essential patterns. May you encounter the precious design elements that unveil the best of who you are and the best of who you may become, your true and authentic self, what I will refer to as your inner hero. This rare expedition is about awakening that inner hero, your inner hero. I sincerely wish you all the best. Three giant steps to enduring wonder. Questioning ourselves makes the world more unpredictable. It requires us to admit that the facts may have changed, that what was once right may now be wrong. Adam Grant, from his book, Think Again, The Power of Knowing What You Don't Know. In 2014, after experiencing tremendous personal loss just 2 years prior, I sensed an enormous change stirring within me. I noticed a powerful and inexplicable creative energy moving within me to reinvent my coaching business from scratch. I had spent the first 10 years of coaching sharing moments with my inspiring clients that were precious, meaningful, and successful, and I am deeply grateful for the profound lessons I gleaned from them. And what came after would change everything. It all began with the creation of a business called The Mindful Leader. The purpose of my life in business had become make a better world for our great-grandchildren by helping people rekindle their experience of enduring wonder. One of my primary goals was to help people experience a higher quality of life, to guide them in breathing more joy, playfulness, and awe into their lives. I wanted to provide easy-to-understand, easy-to-use information in a step-by-step method for personal development. The insight I had was simple. What gets in the way of our business success is the same force that works against us in our lives. In that vision, the imaginary line between business and life begins to dissolve. At that time, I developed a coaching process entitled Know, Love, Lead: 3 Giant Steps to Enduring Wonder. The Know, Love, Lead model is helpful for 3 significant reasons. First, it amplifies the inner hero, our best version. Second, it provides an easy-to-understand list for mapping personal growth. And third, it reveals a unique strategy for addressing obstacles to our progress. Most importantly, it illustrates how improving self-awareness must precede self-love, and self-love must come before self-management. Simply put, I cannot manage what I do not first understand and embrace. Know, Love, Lead: 3 Giant Steps to Enduring Wonder will start as a trilogy of books. Book 1, Knowing, Navigating the River to Awakening. Book 2, Loving, Navigating the River of Compassion. And Book 3, Leading, Navigating the River with Wisdom. The simple 3-step sequence allows people to quickly identify opportunities for personal development and then get traction toward a better way of life. Know, Love, Lead is a GPS system for personal growth. Just as a compass allows you to traverse a vast wilderness, so Know, Love, Lead guides you through the darkness, chaos, and confusion life brings to foster a life of enduring wonder. In this first book of the trilogy, Knowing, Navigating the River of Awakening, we guide you to enliven your inner hero by exploring your superpowers, authentic mirror, core values, passion, purpose, and life dreams. These remain the most explicit expressions of the inner hero, the best version of us, and they stand as tangible, meaningful, and compelling ways to focus our attention on designing and then manifesting a better life. Grant's idea of challenging our assumptions turns out to be very useful. It identifies a core human fear, uncertainty, and requires that we possess the courage and curiosity to question our beliefs. From my personal experience and my clients' experiences, this questioning can lead to the most liberating decisions of our lives, and it fosters a better life with more joy, playfulness, and awe, a life of enduring wonder. With love and awe, Bruce.